Hello.
Hello.
We are very happy to have you on our third video of Madheart Talks today. Savika, please give us a cue.
All right, on three, two, one, rolling.
Yay, it was coordinated today. Thank you, Savika. What are we talking about today?
All right, so today we're talking about why are we doing this? What is Mad Heart Talks all about? I think in our third episode, we decided that we might as well do the honors. So,
Absolutely, it's a fair question. Why are we doing this Mad Heart Talks? What is this about?
hmm, maybe we should do it in a characteristic style and start with a game. So
Done.
today, I want to ask you, P, that what about these current times makes your heart go mad, or whatever is actually the most. I mean, you've got the choice. Either you talk about something you're really mad about, or you talk about something that's really maddening you.
Well, I'm going to use the word mad in the way we talk about our mad hearts, the kind of love which is doughy, squishy, lovey. And I'll probably talk about what's maddening me a bit later in the video, maybe. But what drives my heart mad is, Sabika, we are all putting in so much effort, and each one of us. Today, I saw a stop motion video of this guy who made a mountain skiing video, all right, and he made it in his tiny flat, which I can see that his floorboard wouldn't be more than 4 by 4, and he pretended his bed sheet was a white mountain, and he put on his skiing, gear and his skiing goggles, and he actually placed the camera high on the wall and skied on that bed sheet, the pretend mountain, to give us a message that stay at home. Maybe I'll link the video on our channel description below. It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing to see the kind of creativity that's coming to the fore. And of course, I also saw our episode 2 yesterday, and I couldn't stop raving about you doing an Insta live, and then you also workshopping with your parents, making sure they hear you and you hear them. So yeah, I think the kind of creativity that's coming out of this situation, it's maddening, it's mind blowing. It makes my mad heart go, oh, like really. So that's what's making my heart sing, really. How about yours?
Hmm. So I do think that it's a little bit maddening that we can't go out as often, go out and eat as often. It's interesting for me that my Priye, my P, is in town, but I can't go out on dates with her. I can't be sharing the same chat with her, the chat above our roof, or your beautiful, beautiful chat. So that is definitely maddening, and therefore, I think what I am definitely mad about are fun and games. And yeah, that's why I try and bring one here as much as possible. So I'm definitely a little too mad, as in like crazy mad, happy mad, about bringing in all the sensory organs into anything I create. So I really would maybe love to bring in all five of your senses now. So, what is the one mad sight that you recently seen? You already spoke about, like let's say that stop motion. Okay, so
Absolutely.
now
Yeah.
let's get to one mad smell that's keeping you alive, like right now,
Oh
like
my
one.
god. Mad smell. I mean, I can think of so many smells, but I have to say coffee in the morning. And my family now, my family is not, they're really not black coffee drinkers. And my husband brews my morning cup of coffee. And everybody is a convert now. Everybody will drink black coffee with me because the smell is so overpowering that it
Hmm.
fills all our senses up, including my mother-in-law's, who's probably 70 now, and she's never had a cup of black coffee, and even she couldn't help notice the smell of black coffee with living room filled with six people. So yeah, I think it's always the smell of coffee that does for me. Okay, my turn to ask you an olfactory question. What is, I won't ask you taste because I know you are a fantastic cook and you might have a few things up your sleeve. What is the one thing you've touched in the recent times that has made you smile from within?
So, I bought this mug very recently from Beed. We were doing this family trip in Beed, and I love that mug, and it's so expensive. It's one of those, like, handcrafted things. And I just picked it up, and I do not know how its handle just came off. And today, uh, I used Feviquick, and it's all over my fingers right now. And that is
Oh,
quite the sensation. I had completely forgotten, like, what it feels like to have your fingers stuck to each other and not be able to remove them. And I think the next few days I am going to have like these pieces of Feviquick all along my fingers. So I'm sure that's going to be like quite the sensation, the nostalgia sensation.
amazing. And I mean, I would just like to draw us back to our theme. Why are we doing this? What is Mad Heart Talks all about? And I want to share that, when, I mean, for our subscribers and our viewers, of course, that Sabika and I have always followed the tune of our heart. And for us, everything personal invariably becomes everything political. Everything political invariably becomes personal. And in whatever turbulent times that we are going through, we always find shade in each other, but also shade in swapping notes which are very relatable, which I feel like I can live through her vicariously and vice versa. So we definitely invite our users, our subscribers, sorry, to bring us themes which are so close to their heart that it becomes a reality for everyone else. So do tell us in comments, what are the themes that you keep going back to? For example, be it a home, be it childhood, be it a mango that you like to hold between your hands and just eat in the summer, be it shade in summertime, or whatever it is. What are few things, Sabika, you think you want our subscribers or viewers to talk about?
I think I would love to extend the same question that I extended to you to them, that anything that you're mad about or anything that's maddening you, please share, because I do think that right now is the time when we can finally, the quiet has allowed us the luxury of hearing our mad heart beating. So let's stay with that mad heartbeat and keep telling us what is keeping you alive, the sights, the smells, the sounds, the tastes, the touches. Let's yeah, just come alive.
Yeah. And also, I'm going to just take that question I asked you and share with my viewers. I am re experiencing my childhood through my nephew in many ways. I had forgotten what it is to have soft cheeks, or, I still have them, as you can see. And I think in one of the Facebook lives, sorry, Insta lives that you invited me to, I remember before, even while we were on live, I was touching my cheeks and I was poking it, because that's what I have gotten in the habit of doing with my nephew. Quack, quack, quack. So, I mean, soft skin. If there's any person who you love, be it your grandma, be it with your parents, I mean, you were doing such a wonderful job of being with your parents. That's a whole other episode. I think we should talk about that. But if there's anyone you love, don't forget to touch them, love them, hug them, because you're with them, and hopefully everyone is safe. And let's not any more underestimate the value of a warm kiss or a hug or a handshake. We are so, I can almost cry saying that. Uh, let's
You're definitely ensuring that as soon as we switch this off, I am crying. Thank you very much. Actually, on that note, I would actually love to share something I've written. If we still have time, do we have time?
we're about 9.5 minutes, so we still have time to
Okay.
listen to what.
So, okay, I want to quickly read something out. Hang on.
And Sabika has left the frame, and I take. Oh, she's back. Okay. I think this is the beauty of Mad
Hi,
Heart.
home
We can leave
folks.
the frame when we want to.
So here this out. The bell rang. It's an odd sound these days. I asked out loud, ये कौन होगा? Papa responded, कूड़े वाला ही होगा. और कौन होगा? I could hear my mother gather the bins in the distance, but I still walked up to the door and opened it. Took some copious amounts of hand sanitizer on my palms and instinctively started sanitizing the door handle. This much awaited man was nowhere in sight though, but my neighbor's voice rang like music to my ears, more musical than the doorbell, which, by the way, only rings once in the day now, that too on alternate days. I sprang to the threshold and started some small talk. Thirsty. So thirsty for human contact that embracing the thirst is making me break down right now. कैसी हैं आप? I asked cheerily from one end of the corridor. मैं ठीक हूँ. आप? My next question was already ready to leave my lips. आपकी तबीयत कैसी है? She warmly replied, तबीयत भी ठीक ही है. And I could hear a kind of sad laughter lacing her words. And then, almost on instinct, both of us vanished behind our respective Lakshman Rekhas. Me kicking myself for not having worn my glasses. All I have for now is a very blurry essence of my first face to face conversation with an outsider in what feels like years. मैं तो अपनी पड़ोसन का नाम तक नहीं जानती. कितनी बातें करनी है आपसे पड़ोसन साहिबा, कितनी कर पाऊंगी ये भी नहीं जानती. हाँ, ये जरूर जानती हूँ कि परसों सुबह जब अगली बार मेरे घर की घंटी बजेगी, मैं दरवाजा खोलने के लिए दौड़ने से पहले चश्मा और एक नया नजरिया जरूर पहन लूंगी. तब तक के लिए आपकी खूबसूरती ना सही, आपकी खूबसूरती ही काफी है.
I've heard of this before. You've read it out to me, and I found it mind blowing. How, I mean, to those of our subscribers and viewers who probably don't understand Hindustani, this is about Sabika's tryst with a garbage collector, or what she thought was a garbage collector coming to take her trash, and instead, she found her neighbor, also neighborhood lady, who was standing at a great distance, and she ended up asking her, "How are you doing? Are you well?" And in today's times, this question is very loaded. But Sabika, you also mentioned about the overflowing love you feel for everyone in yesterday's episode, and you also mentioned how much this neighborhood interaction meant to you. So I'm just going to, keeping time in mind, leave our viewers with that thought that let's not take any interaction for granted anymore. And I and Sabika and I, we really hope you are doing well. And I know we are saying this with a little bit of restraint and the similar emotion that Sabika captured in her poem. But we really hope you're well, and we really hope your family and everyone is staying safe.
And there is, as usual, a little too much surplus love, and therefore we would like to unburden and spend some unspent love. So, on cue, three, two, one. P.S. Love
Yes,
you.
love you. We're getting better at this.